Security, purchased with your freedom, is the definition of oppression. Those who would choose security over freedom deserve neither. You will get neither. When you have the authority to give up your freedom to someone else, they will use that power that you have given them to oppress you later. They will use the story of safety and security to keep you from doing anything that resembles free movement and free thinking. The best way to get you to give up all of your freedom is to illustrate to you that there is some type of person, some group of people that you should hate and fear. Fear being the most important element. Now that you are afraid of these people, you agree that they should be limited in their freedoms. They should not be allowed to say certain things. They should not be allowed to go certain places. And all of this is to protect you, of course, which is not true. Ultimately, all of the rules that you are helping to make against the freedoms of the people you hate and fear will be used on you. This is why we live in a country that is based on the rule of law. That is why we do not want to allow the mob or the majority to make decisions, because the majority will make decisions based on hate and fear. And ultimately, it would destroy its own freedom, not just for those whom they hate and fear, but for everyone. No one would be free, and no one would be allowed to speak about it. Remember that this story always begins with convincing you that you must hate and fear the right people. Certain bad words will be used to describe those people, whoever those people are. Maybe they have the wrong political perspective. Maybe they have said legitimately bad things. Whatever it is, I'm sure it will make a lot of sense to limit the things that they are allowed to say and the places they are allowed to go. Of course it will make sense. The story will usually start by picking on people who genuinely deserve it. People who are saying genuinely very bad things. And then it will slowly expand to something not as bad as that, but still bad. And then it will expand further and further. Eventually, it will include you. It will eventually include you. It starts by picking on the lowest of the low and saying that this law, though it was meant to protect our freedom, should not protect their freedom. Should they be allowed to say those things? And if those are the types of things that they are saying, should they be allowed to come and be in our area, our space? They should be limited in the things they say and limited in the places they are allowed to go for fear of exposure to bad people and bad ideas. You thought you were voting against people that you hated and feared, and that is very true. But what you did not know is that there are other people out in the world who hate and fear you. So all of the same rules that limit what people say and where they can go are eventually used to limit you. How long are you going to allow that? First off, if you are helping to make that happen, you are wrong. And eventually, you will see that what I am telling you is the truth. But then it will be too late. When will you stop doing that? And if you are not doing that, are you saying anything against it? Are you saying anything about this? If you are not saying anything at all, if you are not even finding others who agree with you that these are bad ideas, then what are you doing? Are you waiting for the end? When will you say something? Join your voice to those who are saying something. Do not be so picky about everything they believe. Do not ask yourself, do they believe everything exactly the way I do? And if so, then and only then can I join my voice with theirs. You must find common ground. Put your differences aside and join your voice with others to stop the oppression against you. Maybe you were a big component as to why that oppression has occurred. Well, you need to come to terms with that. But if you really want to make up for it, you can start by being one of those people who has decided quite openly to change their mind. Realize that that was a bad idea, and now do something different. It is okay to change your mind. It can be very hard to change your mind. One of the great principles of persuasion is consistency. Well, I have been doing it this way for this long, so I must continue doing it. That is just a human nature thing, but you can override it. You do not have to keep doing what you have been doing, particularly if you can now see that it was incorrect. Fix yourself. Fix what you have been doing, change your mind, and then speak up about it. If you do not speak up with others, there will be nothing to regain. Goodbye, bunnies. I love you all.